J-Drone here. This is the Aerodrone X18 from Toyz, and that's Toyz. And we're going to take it out for a wide open flight. I kind of had it on my side yard yesterday showing you the flyability, and if you take notice, there's a little ball underneath it. I've added a camera. I did not have to do nothing besides plug and play. It is a 3-prong camera inlet that is on this, and I just so happened to have a camera off of one of my other drones that fit the body mount on this, so it was literally slide, plug, and go. And as you can see, guys, this is a flyer. And the light's blinking, that means you're recording, so that you don't worry about a low battery light in the beginning. If you have the recording going, that's all that means there. So definitely wanted to get the camera on it. I don't foresee it doing well. Actually, I know it doesn't do well. I'll show you footage here in a minute or so with the stock mount setup, because this thing vibrates a lot. It gives off a lot of vibrations to the point, if you take off these propeller guards and try to fly it without the propeller guards on it, it won't fly because it vibrates so much. I guess those propeller guards are kind of a vibration dampering, so to speak, because I did take them off. One of my friends said, don't take off the propeller guards, it won't fly. I'm thinking, well, how can that be? I generally take off all my propeller guards. I took off the propeller guards, it would not fly, threw them back on, and they are on, as you can see, and this thing likes to fly. Here, have a look. See, this is what the drone sees. This was in the beginning recap prior to takeoff. You can see the camera's pretty decent camera. See me lifting it up, and the drone's going up, and automatically we get some jello. It is not horrible jello. It will get worse as we get up into there because there is a wind. So wind, vibration, not a good mix for recording. And as you can see here, what is considered jello is the waves. I mean, decent image. You can see me there pretty clear. If somehow we could suspend the camera where it's not taking on all that vibration, there'd be a good possibility that this would be a good camera drone, because it is a larger drone and it is getting decent range here. You can see it's up there. So if you have a camera that will slide right on this, or if you have a 3-prong camera, you can plug and play. If you don't have one that slides into the mount that it has, I'm sure you can manipulate it pretty easily to get it on there. There's all types of ways, Velcro, zip ties, rubber bands even, that you could get a camera that's not meant for the mount on this. But look at this, guys. $40 at a discount store, and actually this is the second one. What do you mean by this is the second one? Well, I don't know if you've watched a video prior to this, but I tested out 4 of these until I got a good working one and took it home. Then I rethought, well, what if I get motor failure? Where am I going to be able to find parts for this? Because online, the only thing that it shows, and I'm just resetting the camera here, guys, making sure it's recording. The only way I can get parts for this is if I had another one, because it's not online anywhere. So I called the department store. I said, yeah, what do you do with your products that people return or are defective? Because I already squabbled out that there was 3 defective ones, because I tested 3 and I didn't take 3 home, and the 4th one I did take home. The first one I did take home, I tested it and found out that the controller wasn't allowing it to yaw forward properly, but I chalked it up to the controller. The next 2 I chalked up to controller problems. The lady said, well, if we can't sell them at all, not even for parts, we are instructed to destroy them. If we could sell them for parts, we do half off. This thing was $40. Half off is $20, guys. So I asked her, what are you going to do with them? She's going to destroy them. I'll take all 3 of them. But she said we'd probably put them on the shelves for parts and see if anybody would grab them. And I said, well, can I come in and grab another one? I didn't know that it would fly flawlessly. This is the one that I came back and picked up. This was the first one I took home that would not yaw right. And my thoughts exactly, it was the controller, because as I'm using the 4th one's controller with the first one that I took back for an exchange. Get all that jumbled in your head, and it's flying fine. So obviously, if you guys, and again, I'm just resetting the camera. I like to stop and go, because a lot of times with these cameras, if your battery dies and you didn't stop and go, kind of like saving on a computer, and your computer shuts down unexpectedly, you lose your work, you lose your film. So that's why I keep resetting. But yeah, so I mean, if you go find these, I picked it up in Ollies. If you find these and you're worried because of my last video or the first video showing that it didn't fly well and whatnot, just test them. Make sure you test them. 99% of the time you're going to find issues with the remotes. If you find a good remote and you get good response to the quad, not a quad, it's not a quad, it's a hex. If you get good response to the hex and it flies good, it's going to fly like this, guys. I'm in the wide open. I'm having zero issues with this. I have a camera on it. It's lifting the camera. It's recording. I showed you it recorded. This is a nice hexacopter, man. And it's the size of it. The look of it, I'm with it. I only have one other hexacopter, and it is a tiny one, so this is night and day from it, and I'm enjoying this thoroughly. As you can see, I'm able to fly this with zero issues. It's not losing contact with the controller, not falling out of the sky. It's going as far as I like it to go, and there's a little bit of a look at it. And again, resetting the camera. I reset this camera a little bit more often than I generally do, just because it is an adjustable camera. I can tilt this up so it can basically see the prop guards. I could tilt it completely downwards, so it's like facing the ground, and right now it's up towards the prop guards. Completely down, so it's pointing towards the ground when it's flying, and two other angles in between. It's a pretty neat camera. It's just a shame this quad puts off so much vibrations, which in return gives you that jello. But all in all, I'm happy. I got two of these for $60. Two large hexacopters for $60. Obviously, the second one that I went back and got for a discount, I can't use the remote. But I don't need two remotes because I have one functioning remote that works both of these. So I'm very happy with this. Again, if you go into Ollies, if you go into a discount store, you find this, you're going to want to test it when you get out in the parking lot. You're going to want to test it before you get home. If it doesn't fly properly, go back, get another one. Bring 4 AA batteries, bring a Phillips head screwdriver, and if they won't let you test it in the store, go out in the parking lot and test the one you just exchanged. Eventually you'll find one that the controller's good and it's well worth the money. Dollar Generals are selling tiny drones, I believe the mini or micros, they're selling them for $25. Dude, this thing can eat about 20 of those, and it was $40. Stoked. Alright, we're going to bring it in here, and I believe battery's just about done. It's going on the ground, kind of a crash land. Didn't hurt the camera any. I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Have a wonderful day.